Good morning, everybody. This is another edition in the series of Green Entrepreneurs. Today, we are here with Werner Cardoso from the RSU Group in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Werner, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Gideon. I'm fine, and you? Nice to be here.
Great. Werner, he's one of the founders of RSU Group, based out of Sao Paulo, Brazil. They form part of the same program, which is the Clean Growth UK LATAM program, where we are looking for the best and the greenest entrepreneurs here in Latin America that want to export to the UK, want to set up shop in the UK. Werner is one of them, and today we're going to talk with him. Werner, before we dive into the business and want to know more, of course, about what RSU is doing, first, we want to know a little bit about you. I mean, where did this whole passion started for the circular economy, for a greener planet? Tell us a little bit about you.
Oh, it's a long story because I was in the filtration, industrial filtration industry for more than now. Okay, I will give my age now. more than 25 years. I mean,
Yeah.
30 years that I'm working with the industrial filtration. So I was always connected to the, let's say, the clean side of the industry. I mean, how to solve these things of pollution control or things like that. When we started to think about this technology, the RSU technology, it was born in thinking about how to solve it's not a problem, but we were in my house, me and my wife, and she was trying to make composting, which was making composting, and I say, okay, why we are doing this in the open yard? It's for me as an engineer, as a mechanical engineer, what's not okay. So I start to think about how to make composting in a closed way, I mean, and faster, because it takes 2-3 months to make composting. So you need a huge space. And then I start to think about that, and in the end, we end up in the biomass that we are making for energy. So it was just a simple. Was not just a simple idea, but it became one idea and changed to another. I mean, it's a real pivot to think about other things.
Yeah. No, I like that because I think it's great for when people do this at home and they try to start composting and all of that stuff. I think it's important. But I also think the world needs more, let's say, entrepreneurs, Werner, like yourself, that think about scale. Let's say, okay, we can do this in the backyard, or let's do this 100,000 times bigger, and then we can be more efficient, right?
Yeah, that was the idea. I mean, I was to try to solve my problem, but and I used to say, Gideon, this is not. It's not bad to make money with your ideas.
No.
Mainly with the ideas that you are helping the world. So okay, let's put this together and try to solve a problem and make money. So it's let's say the two best things that you can get. You are making money and you are solving a problem. So that's astonishing.
Now, true. So let's start a little bit about that problem. I mean, this is a huge problem in not only Latin America but also beyond, and this is of course waste management. Let's say, especially in our region of Latin America, Werner, it's a big challenge because government is not that strong in waste management as it is, for example, in other regions in the world, like North America or Europe, for example. So a lot is left by the private sector. We have a huge, let's say, poor population that is also involved in the whole recycling and waste management sector. I like your model because it's a very vertically integrated model. It's not like you do one piece of the puzzle, but you have an entire stack of solutions that you offer. So let's start with that and talk about the specific waste problem that we have in here in Latin America. Can you tell us about that?
Well, I mean, we don't have, I mean, waste management. And then we used to we like a sentence that we use for RSU, that we don't have to work on waste management.
Yeah.
It's a resources management.
So yes, very good.
The first point is to understand how can you think about waste as a resource. So let's, I mean, each piece of the waste or each type of waste, it can be as a different resource. This will depend on how can you manage this resource to make a new product or to make a service or to make something that is valuable to the world. It's valuable, when I say valuable, it's valuable socially, it's valuable environmentally, and it's valuable economically.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have these three things, it is not a product. You are not serving nothing. We are just maybe just moving one problem to another position.
Yeah.
So when we started to think about waste, was not coming back from all the composting, the things about the composting, but to understand the big volume of waste, that's the real point. Because when you start to think that people generate 1 kilo or plus, maybe 2 kilos, 2.5 kilos in certain cities per inhabitant per day, is a huge volume. It's a lot of waste. It's really a lot of waste. So we can have millions and billions. I mean, I have the calculator in my website, but it's a huge amount of waste every day. And the point is, that is nice solutions thinking about waste. I think companies are thinking about their waste. I mean, mainly, let's say, post-consuming packing, things like that. Or let's try to come back these things to our company. But it's really, unfortunately, it's really small solutions that doesn't handle the huge quantity of domestic waste that we make every day. I mean, and if you think about Latin American, mainly Latin American countries, that we don't have recycling in our veins, or we are not obliged to do, at least in some countries in Europe, you are obliged to do. If you don't, you pay a fine or so. It's complicated.
No, that's true. That's true. You have, Werner, because I think it's also, to put it in perspective, you say it's large volumes, large quantities, and I think most of it still goes to the landfill in Latin America. On average, what do you think what is our percentage on recycling right now in your country or in Latin America? How much are we recycling?
Less than 5%.
Less than 5%. Wow, that's a really low number. Yeah,
it's a really, really, really low number. Really low number. And the point is the following: I don't have, let's say, I don't have nothing against the landfills owners. I mean, I love them, but the landfill itself is a solution that is not a solution. I mean, it's a problem. It is a problem. Even that you have, let's say, the best landfill ever, with all the controls, with all the technology, and it costs you billions, but it will solve the problem for a certain period. and then you have to move to another land to to make again the same thing. So that's the what this point it's what exactly guide us to create it, not just the technology that we have patent, but the whole thing about the whole perspective about waste. I mean, everything needs to go to something, to do something, because we can do, or at least we can discover how to do, or just putting technologies that was far away from each other, putting them all together and think about, okay, this is the business that we need. We handle all the waste, we transform all of these in products or in resources. That's the idea.
Yeah. No, true. And I like what you're saying about landfills. Landfills is not necessarily part of the solution, it's part of the problem. And of course, we're not going to make it political, but it's because also has to do with regulations and the way it has been being incentivized, right? So you can build a business on top of a landfill, and that works very well, right? And so the incentives should be different, and that's what I like about your model, because you really look, okay, so you have the landfill model, which is a linear model. And what you're trying to do directly with, let's say, with collectors in the street, which is a much more circular model. So tell us about your solution. What is the model that you have?
We started. I mean, again, coming back to the composting solution. When I finished the first model of, let's say, the composting accelerator. It's an aerobic digester or something like. When I finish, I was thinking, okay, this works, and then I start to think about composting. But again, understanding the waste properly, I really discovered two things. Composting is not economically viable.
Mm-hmm.
That's a point about that, because when you think about composting just with organics, but you receive the organics already, let's say, separated, it's okay. Let's say it's easy. But when I used to say that we used to call it a black bag. When you receive the black bag with everything inside, I mean, the organics plus the diapers plus everything, it's impossible to make something as a composting that you will think about to use in the agriculture. Because the risk of the contamination is too high. And that is another point, because some solutions, when you think about composting, that people say, okay, composting is nice, but you are also creating CO2 equivalents or methane or something to make this. So you are really not helping too much the world. If you don't make these things with control, even that is just an amount in the back of your yard, you are creating gases that is bad to the climate change. So. And then we start to think about, okay, how to handle everything. And we had one goal, is to recycle everything that we can recycle. So basically, what we do now is to move, to extract all the recyclable from the waste. And I mean, here we are speaking about the waste that is coming to the trash collectors, that it's everything smashed. So we remove these recyclables. Then we take all the rest, we call rejects, plus organic waste with tree prunings, let's say everything that, even the waste from the water treatment. Sludge, for instance. Even the sludge, we put this in our technology. We dry this material and we transform into a biomass. And why we call it biomass? Because except for the, as I just say, diapers, and let's say you cannot recycle diapers. It's possible, but it's not feasible. So these rejects that you can usually go to landfill. We make this biomass together, but we have the quantity of organics is higher than 85 or maybe 90%. So we call it biomass. But as it's dried, there is a huge calorific value inside. So we can reach humidity of 7 to 9%. So it's really low. It's really dry. And then to use this to make energy is, let's say, pretty simple. So we transforming this into energy, but we take part of this energy, thermal and electric energy, to transform all the recyclables that we recovered into new products. So we close this loop to deliver, let's see, real circular economy solution, real logistic solution, because you don't take, let's say, just smashed or PET bottles and give to another people to make flakes, and these people will move these flakes to another. So if you think about the gains in the logistic, if you think about the gains with the carbon that you are avoiding with the trucks moving this material from one place to another, is very nice. So and we end up with this complete solution: receiving waste, removing recycled, transforming into new products, making energy, using the energy, and selling a lot of energy to the market with green energy, renewable energy, with something that was just the people were putting inside the earth. I mean, makes no sense. Behind the carpet.
This is exciting. So right now, all the biomass you are using yourselves in the organization, right? So you use it to power your plants. So that's where the biomass goes right now. You have plans to, in the future, maybe to sell biomass bricks or something that goes into the market?
Because in the end we transform. We can transform. We already did this. We are doing that. This biomass into pellets. So we have already a partnership that we developed with AB InBev, the brewery company.
We know.
And then they will use our pellets to let's say to change with the eucalyptus or gas or anything. I mean, we have some projects already discussing with them. The first one here is in Brazil, in Goiás. And that is a spoiler.
We'll keep it to ourselves.
We are discussing that, so we can sell these pellets to industry, to let's say change the fuel or to a very a better fuel or something like our pellets. And then also these projects we are now, Gideon, is another spoiler, because eucalyptus is something that we use to it's a very common fuel, let's say biomass fuel, mainly in Brazil. And now we are, let's say, putting this. Let's think about I will give an example. If you are using in your industry, the Gideon Incorporated industry are making something that you use 100 tons of eucalyptus to make steam for your process. And these 100 tons of eucalyptus per day means that you are using a space or a forest of eucalyptus with X alkalies or X thousand square meters or something like.
Yeah.
If you, Gideon, change the eucalyptus for the RSU biomass, RSU will take the same amount of forest that it was planted with the eucalyptus and make a forest with a native, let's say, trees. Okay, so we will start to plant eucalyptus, which is, I mean, if you look in the forest, eucalyptus, oh, it's so nice, but it's just for energy or to paper. Because there is no birds, there is no animals, there's nothing in this forest.
No, it's an invasive species.
Exactly. So we want to give back this forest to the universe.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. So right now you guys have a plant in Sao Paulo. You have plans to expand. So you also, I understand, wanted to open a couple more plants. So what are your plans for the next couple of months, years?
Oh, this is, we are trying to understand because everything is moving so fast. In fact, before the pandemic, we had some projects to develop, and then became the COVID, and unfortunately we had to stop some things. But since a couple of months ago, we coming back, and things are moving really, really fast. So we reorganized the projects, and we have five plants to make in Brazil. And then we are discussing a plant in Guatemala. We are discussing plants in the USA. And we are thinking about to go, and if you start to think about why Guatemala, in fact, there is, Central America is something interesting because if you have small countries, mainly, full of people, with huge problems of waste. But near the Central America, you have all the islands that they have a very huge problem with waste. And they have another bigger problem with electricity. So if you think about these islands, it's a perfect solution to have waste becoming energy, so you don't have to worry about it or putting a landfill or to move. Maybe you move from one island to another island or something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think solutions like yours, where you can make it modular and you can make it vertical, that for island nations or small countries, it's a great solution because let's say you cannot compare it to Sao Paulo. Sao Paulo is like, it's bigger than Guatemala, right? So that's the size. And I've lived in the Caribbean for 10 years, and waste or resources, let's say, that people throw away, they oftentimes they have to ship it off the island, right? Which is crazy, right? And
sorry, I was arriving in an island with a cruise ship some years ago. And it was in, I don't remember the name of the island, but again, it was crazy because it's supposed to be a paradise. But when the ship is coming, you look on the horizon and you see a mountain of waste. So what the hell is that? It's impossible. And they don't, it's not their fault. I can say it's really not their fault because they don't have what to do. They need to put in. At least
island economies are really weird because there might be only 100,000 people living there, but they get like 1 million tourists, and the 1 million tourists, they leave a lot of waste, right?
A lot of waste. So it's not easy to handle. That's the point. So I cannot blame the mayors or the governors or whatever. Because there was not enough technology to solve properly. And I mean, if you think that we consider in the past, I mean, for me, is in the past that the landfill is a solution. Now, it's crazy. So, but I cannot blame this decision because it was not proper technologies to deal with the problem. That's the main point.
No, and it makes total sense for people like you, like RSU Group, to bring these technologies to those countries where you're on a small, let's say, a land area with a lot of people, and they cannot move it around. So they need these types of solutions. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and that is something also that I really like. It is the social responsibility, because if you think about one plant, I mean, we are making models of 400 tons per day of waste because it was just a coincidence. But one plant to deal or to work with 400 tons per day of waste, this plant have 100 and something, 110 employees, direct employees. Wow. With something that was going again behind the carpet. I mean, so it's a huge social impact for the community. Because you can have people working with waste with, let's say, secure uniforms and everything that what they are not used to have. So socially is also nice. It makes me very happy.
Now, interesting. You form part of this program that we currently have with the UK embassies in different countries here in Latin America. You're from Brazil. You have a very interesting technology, I think, especially the fact that it's an integrated stack on waste management, or you call it resources management. I love that. And I understand when you bring this, for example, to Guatemala, right, where you know there's a technology gap or there's a knowledge gap, but you're also talking about the US and now part of this UK program. Where do you see the UK, for example, fit into your business?
Waste is waste. The point is the following. I mean, UK, for instance. They think they have everything under control, but if you look, there is a lot of space, and frankly speaking, we have let's say a lot of projects to do. If you think of, but you have enough waste in Brazil, in Latin America, but again, it's not a sin to think about the world. We have to move fast if we really can want to help the world to solve things. I mean, they discussed a lot about methane in the COP26. And I cannot say that we are the only solution, zero methane, but we have a zero methane solution. So, but I cannot, let's say, just sit in a chair because now we have 3 or 4 projects and I'm making a lot of money, but it's not just about me. It's about the world. And it's not to be so envious to, it's not envious, but it's not my ego. It's really, I want to help the world. So let's move fast, the faster as we can. And if you think that we can put something in the UK to move across the Europe, because it's not just about the UK, let's say the entire Europe. You have some countries that have huge problems with waste. So that's the idea. I mean, we want to move from the UK using all the, let's say, the advantage that we can have to have an office or start from UK, from the rest of the Europe, pretty fast. So UK, they have money, they have technology, they have prestigious.
Uh-huh.
So we can definitely start on UK to move to the rest of Europe.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I agree with you on this. I mean, if you go, if you, we need a lot of these solutions, and I sometimes I also feel like there's a lot of green entrepreneurs out there, and they think they have to apologize for the fact that they're making money on this. And
No,
but the thing is, I mean, the only way to scale this is that you make money of this, because if you don't, there's no real incentive to build this out and make it bigger.
exactly.
Find new investors to come in and help scale
Gideon,
and help solve the problem.
just to have an idea, I mean, we are delivering projects with 40% plus than 40% of internal rates of return.
Yeah, 40% IRR.
40%.
Yeah.
It's really nice. I mean, what we have done. So we have the environmental under control. Let's say we are helping.
Yeah.
We have the social part of the thing.
Mhm.
That okay, we are hiring people, and these people makes when you put a project like that, you can have another projects around that make more employees, or let's say build another a hub.
Yeah.
And we are making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the best word. That's the point. That's the point. And again, it's not a sin. People don't have to blame themselves because, oh my God, I'm making money with the environment. No, that's the idea. We can have the chance to make things better. I mean, the idea about the forest, for instance, I don't need to do that, but we can. So and it's nice.
Yeah. No, very good.
That's the idea.
Well, Werner, I see we already ran out of time. So thank you very much for being here today with us, even if it was just for 30 minutes. Great to talk to you. Great to hear all your stories about how you're changing things in Brazil and you want to expand beyond. Thank you very much, Werner.
Thank you, Gideon. You keep in touch.
Very good.
Bye-bye.
So this brings us to the end of another episode in this series of green entrepreneurs in Latin America. We will be back again tomorrow at the same time, same place, with another entrepreneur here from the region, listening to more great stories on how we can fix climate change, how we can do this one startup at a time, and how all of us can be part of this. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.